Hi. Today we're going to be focusing on a topic that's close to our hearts, but also surrounding it, and those are bones. So, what are bones? Some ideas you may think of are a skeleton, and this is a picture of bones that can be found in your hands and part of your arm. Now let's think about what color are bones. Here's a hint. Right, they're white in color. Now, would you say that they're hard or soft? I would say hard. Based on this picture, it looks pretty hard, not soft. What are bones for? Can you think of any examples of how you've used a bone? Right, they can be used for protection. So the skull, which is in your head, is kind of like a helmet. Like how a helmet protects your head when you're biking. So if you fall down, you won't hit your head exactly. It'll hit the helmet first. Same thing. So the skull, which is this bone right here, protects your brain, which is really important for how you think. And bones also help support your structure. So if we didn't have bones, we'd kind of be like jellyfish, kind of just flying around in the water, really flexible, but our bones allow us to stand up straight and have a strong structure. However, even though bones are hard, they can break. And in medical terms, when a bone breaks, it's called a fracture. So there's a couple different types of fractures that we can learn about. There are transverse fractures, where it goes straight across the bone, and oblique fractures, where it's kind of like at a slant. So in this case, it goes from top to bottom. So can you identify what type of fracture this is? What do you think? Does it go straight across or is it kind of slanted, a little diagonal? That's right, it's a little slanted, so that would be an oblique fracture. Hi scientists! Now we are going to learn how to model a fractured foot. For this activity, you will need 2 paper copies of a foot, a coloring utensil such as a highlighter, marker, or colored pencil, scissors, 2 Q-tips, and glue. To start off, we are going to cut out an outline of the foot. So take one sheet of your paper and put the other one aside and start to cut around the shape of the foot. Now with your foot, you will shade in these middle bones with your coloring utensil. Once all the middle toe bones are colored in, take out your Q-tip and try to see where the Q-tip best fits. For me, it looks like the Q-tip best fits in the second toe. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my glue. I'm going to unscrew the cap, and I am going to make a line of glue all the way in a straight line all the way down this toe. Then, once I've made a line of glue, I'm going to get my Q-tip and I'm going to place it along this line of glue and press it in and hold it in.
Now we're going to let this dry. This foot is going to be our uninjured foot.
Now we are going to make our injured foot. For this one, we're going to do the same thing as for the previous foot. We're going to cut out an outline and color in the middle bones.
Now we are going to simulate what a fractured foot looks like. First, hold up your bone with the toes pointing downward. And I will be holding mine to the side. To simulate a fracture, we are going to slam the foot down into the ground with the toes pointing downward and the heel pointing upward. And as you can see, in a fractured bone, this bone is bent. Compare this to your uninjured foot and talk about the differences between a fractured foot and a not fractured foot.
And finally, to tie back fractures to sports medicine specialists, if you fractured your foot or a bone in your foot when you were playing a sport like soccer or another athletic event, you would be immediately sent to a sports medicine doctor or specialist who would help you treat your fracture and injury.